What's up? My name is Nathan, and in this video I wanted to talk about indifference. So indifference is when you just have no emotion towards something or just don't care about it in a very extreme way. I learned that indifference is actually just a coping mechanism. So when a person is indifferent, it's because it would cause them too much pain to actually care. So that they don't feel that pain, they just act as if it doesn't matter. This can work temporarily, but in the long term, it does feel as if, but in the long term, it takes away the color in life. I'll explain what I mean by that throughout the video. So ways that people are indifferent today, I'm going to just go through some examples. Some people, they're indifferent about their family. They don't want to connect with them because they say, oh, they don't believe in the right things. They're on the opposite political party as me. Or they say they're just not good people, things like that. And then they just say, I don't care about my family. I don't want anything to do with them. But in reality, I mean, honestly, we do need our family. We should love them. Does not mean you need to align with their values, but you should still love them just for who they are, what they are. So the reason a person says that is because it causes them too much pain to care about their family. They say, I don't care about my family. They don't mean anything to me. That's just not true. And the way they cope with that is they say that I don't care. But the reality is they do. Because if somebody took a gun and put it to one of their family members' head, an emotion would definitely come up. They would not still remain indifferent. So indifference is used by people, even unconsciously, to prevent them from showing how much they really care. Because if a person cares so much, that's when they become indifferent. They care so much that it causes them so much pain to care about something or someone that they just stop because it's too much for them to handle. Other ways people do this is in their health or fitness, or in their relationships, maybe their physical appearance. A person that just does not look taken care of, like they need a haircut, they need to either like fix up their beard or something, or maybe like they don't dress with normal clothing. It's either too loose or like ripped, things like that. It's because they probably care too much, so it's too hard for them to take care of themselves. It causes them too much pain to fix it, so they just say, I don't care about it. But in reality, they care a lot. A simple example of this that everybody unfortunately is familiar with is depression. So when somebody is in that state, they feel like nothing matters. And this is because there's too much pain identified with the things in their life. So they automatically, like, they default into not caring about anything. That's why they're so apathetic and indifferent. So that's the most basic way of looking at it. The way I learned this lesson, it was not in that. The way I did learn it was I was working on my social skills, right? And sometimes I get the thought like, what's the point of small talk? There's no point of it. So whenever I would get involved in some kind of small talk, I would be like indifferent, like I don't care, it's boring, it's pointless. But really, I just didn't want to face the fact that I'm just not good at it. And only once I realized that that was me coping was when I actually started seeing a lot more improvement in that area. Now, there's a difference between indifference and something not being important in your life. The reality is you should never be indifferent about anything, but you could have a priority over something else. So if you care about one thing over another. A very simple example is you you are raising kids and you also have a business that you work on every day. So you should, and your priority is probably the kids. So you're going to prioritize them over the business. You care about the kids, they're more important than the business. Doesn't mean that you're indifferent towards it. No, it means that your children take priority. That's the only time that you should care about one thing over another. But you should never just wipe it out completely. You should just say, this value is above that one. So that's why I'm going to go and take care of my children. Just as an example. See how you can apply this to your health, to your wealth, your relationships, and life overall. I noticed this habit that I was doing, and once I did, I started fixing it. I started noticing how in school, for example, I was sitting in my classroom and the teacher was talking about something pointless again, like they do, and I tried to convince myself that I was indifferent, like I don't care. But that wasn't the reality. The reality was that it's just not important to me. And when I see it from that perspective, it's different. It's different than being totally indifferent, because that you're lying to yourself. Of course you care to some extent, but it's just not something that seems to be very important to you in your life at that time. And that's fine. The lesson is that everything matters. You should have a list of what's your priority and then what goes under that. Once you have that, you'll be able to understand where your time and energy needs to go into the most. Does not mean that you neglect every other part of your life. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.